Jon Stewart took his cutting criticism on The Daily Show a little too far, literally, slicing open his hand while smashing a mug in anger at former President Joe Biden. What started as a satirical segment quickly turned into an unexpected moment of real injury, leaving both the audience and Stewart himself stunned. Stewart, a veteran of political satire, has long been known for his sharp wit and unfiltered critiques. His show has served as a platform for delivering pointed commentary on various political and social issues, often blending humor with serious critiques. Over the years, Stewart has built a reputation as a fearless commentator who isn't afraid to call out those in power, regardless of their political affiliation. The left-leaning comedian, known for his sharp wit and unfiltered critiques, kicked off Monday night's episode with a skit pretending to be an employee of the Department of Government Efficiency (DOGE), a fictional entity aimed at cutting wasteful spending. With a calculator in one hand and a mug reading "World's Most Dad" in the other, Stewart set the stage for his usual biting humor, this time directing it toward government spending, corporate subsidies, and inefficiencies. The audience, a mix of longtime fans and newcomers, eagerly anticipated Stewart's unique brand of satire, ready to laugh and think deeply about the issues he would address. The set was designed to mimic a typical government office, complete with piles of paperwork and outdated office equipment, adding to the comedic effect. The mug itself was a pointed jab, subtly referencing DOGE boss Elon Musk and his ever-expanding family tree. However, what was meant to be another night of comedic political commentary quickly turned dramatic as Stewart worked himself into a passionate rant about the government's handling of pharmaceutical companies. Stewart's passion for the topic was evident as he delved into the intricacies of government spending, highlighting the absurdities and inefficiencies that often go unnoticed by the general public. His ability to blend humor with serious critique was on full display, captivating the audience and drawing them into the conversation. "You want to talk about government efficiency?" Stewart exclaimed, setting his sights on what he viewed as one of the biggest areas of wasteful spending. He pointed out that while officials often preach about budget cuts and fiscal responsibility, they rarely seem to target the most bloated sectors, corporate subsidies, particularly those given to pharmaceutical giants. Stewart's voice grew more intense as he outlined the ways in which pharmaceutical companies have benefited from government subsidies, often at the expense of taxpayers. He emphasized the need for greater accountability and transparency in how government funds are allocated, urging his audience to question the status quo. Stewart highlighted the fact that the Biden administration had once touted negotiating price reductions for just 10 drugs as a major victory. King thanks. Come on, he roared sarcastically, his frustration reaching a fever pitch. Stewart's critique extended beyond the specifics of the Biden administration's policies, touching on broader issues of systemic inefficiency and corruption within the government. His words resonated with many viewers who have grown increasingly disillusioned with the political process and the influence of corporate interests. That moment, his anger got the best of him. In a dramatic display of outrage, Stewart slammed the mug down onto his desk with force, shattering it instantly. The impact was immediate. Shards of ceramic flew across the table, and before Stewart had time to fully process what had happened, he realized he had cut himself. The audience's initial shock was quickly replaced by concern as they saw the blood on Stewart's hand. Stewart, ever the professional, attempted to continue with his monologue despite the injury, displaying a level of dedication that only further endeared him to his fans. For a few moments, he carried on as if nothing had happened, continuing his tirade. However, as he glanced down at his hand, a sudden grimace crossed his face. Pain was becoming more apparent, and he realized that he could no longer ignore the injury. Stewart's ability to stay composed in the face of adversity was a testament to his experience and resilience as a performer. He hesitated, shifting his injured hand below the desk in an attempt to conceal the damage. The audience, still caught up in the intensity of his rant, hadn't yet noticed. But Stewart himself could feel the pain setting in. Despite the pain, Stewart's commitment to delivering his message was unwavering. He knew that the issues he was discussing were too important to be overshadowed by his injury. Then, breaking the tension with his trademark self-deprecating humor, he quipped, "I'll be going to the hospital soon." The audience erupted in laughter, unaware of just how serious the injury actually was. Stewart's ability to find humor in even the most dire situations was one of the reasons his fans admired him so much. It was this unique blend of humor and sincerity that made his show so compelling and impactful. As Stewart attempted to carry on, his hand re-emerged, this time revealing a fresh trail of blood. Gasps filled the studio. Some audience members thought it was a staged bit, but as the blood became more apparent, they realized it was very real. The realization that Stewart was genuinely injured added a new layer of tension to the performance, making the audience even more invested in his words. "It's fine," Stewart insisted, waving his injured hand dismissively, though his pained expression told a different story. He took a deep breath, attempting to regain composure as crew members offstage debated whether to step in. Stewart's determination to continue despite his injury was a testament to his dedication to his craft and his unwavering commitment to his message. Later, Stewart took to social media to joke about the ordeal, promoting the episode as a bloody good one. "Emphasis on the bloody," he wrote. "I'm an idiot." Stewart's ability to laugh at himself and turn even a painful experience into a joke endeared him to his audience, further cementing his status as a beloved and relatable figure in the world of political satire. The moment may have been an accident, but it served as an unintentional metaphor for the larger argument Stewart was making. His critique of government inefficiencies and corporate favoritism was literally punctuated with blood, reinforcing just how deeply he felt about the issue at hand. The incident added a visceral element to Stewart's critique, making it clear that his passion for the issues he discussed was not just for show. Despite the injury, Stewart didn't lose focus on his broader message. He argued that while the government obsesses over budget cuts, it often targets the wrong areas. Rather than stripping down essential services or nickel-and-diming the average citizen, he said, the real focus should be on holding corporations accountable for the billions they receive in subsidies. Stewart's words struck a chord with many viewers who were frustrated with the current state of government spending and the influence of corporate interests on policy decisions. "We are dodging in the wrong place if we want to really change the system," Stewart declared, using his fictional department as a framing device. "We should be protecting against corporate greed, not subsidizing that treachery with our money." Stewart's use of humor and satire to make serious points about government inefficiency and corporate greed resonated with his audience, sparking conversations and debates both online and offline. And then came perhaps his most shocking line of the night, one that immediately set social media ablaze. "We're getting F'd at a Diddy party and they're making us buy the baby oil," he cracked, drawing audible gasps and laughter from the crowd. The reference, of course, was to embattled hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs, who has been plagued by allegations of hosting wild and controversial parties. Stewart's bold comparison showcased his ability to weave cultural references into political discourse in a way that resonated with his audience, making complex issues more relatable and engaging.